Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Kelsey with Igniting Insight, and this is your weekly Ascension reading for the week of July 8th through July 14th, 2019. I am an intuitive tarot reader, and I'm here to bring you messages about the collective energies to help you on your ascension journey. So these readings are coming out every week now, and it's just meant to be a general guide to help you over the week ahead. I did also want to mention that I have started doing live readings on my Instagram and Facebook as well, and these are happening about 3 or 4 times a week, or will be happening. So do check those out. I will put the links to my Facebook and Instagram down below so that you can follow me if you haven't already. And I will be posting those recordings here as well once we've done the live. So you can watch the replays here on YouTube anytime. So the way I'm doing these readings is just, I have a few questions to ask the tarot, and then I will get a couple of oracle guidance messages, okay? And I also wanted to mention that I'm offering private readings at this time. My private readings are $33 for a half-hour session, and it's a free-form coaching sort of format. So you can come in and ask any kind of questions you have. Just come in with something that might be challenging you or something you might feel stuck in, and we can kind of work through it using the cards intuitively, getting messages from your higher self and from source, and really I will help coach you through whatever is going on. Okay, and there's a link to book down below in the description box as well. And right now I'm offering a bonus as well. So this is a really exciting bonus for the eclipse season this month. So what I'm offering is, if you book a reading by July 17th when we have the Capricorn lunar eclipse, even if you have to schedule it for past that date, as long as you book by that time, you will get a free eclipse reading. So by giving me the information to read your natal chart, so that's going to be your time of birth, your date of birth, and your location of birth, I will give you a interpretation of what the eclipses mean for you specifically by looking at any planets that are interacting with the eclipses, as well as the houses that they're occurring in. So it's really a personalized natal chart reading specific to these eclipses, and that's something I'm going to write up and send right to your inbox. So do book a reading soon if you want to take advantage of that bonus. It's definitely something that it's really going to be worth it, because eclipses last for about 6 months. So the energies, even though they're in the month of July, they're going to last for much longer. So it's good to kind of know what might still be processing and coming in for you. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to pull these cards, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the reading. Okay, so we have some interesting energies for this week. So for what we need to reflect on, we have the Four of Wands and the Sun. So these are both very positive energies, and what I'm getting for this is to really focus on the positive right now. Reflect on all the good things in your life, and focus on gratitude and things that you feel are worth celebrating, especially with others, as well as creative things that you might be working on or have accomplished. Those are some really good things to celebrate, and also just to focus on the light this week. So reflect on, I'm hearing reflect on the ways that you've grown and the ways that you've kind of maybe worked through some of your darkness and let a lot more light in. So really positive message here for what we need to reflect on. And what we need to take action on is really interesting here. We have the Three of Swords. Okay, so this is all about heartbreak. And so what I'm getting is that anything that we might be feeling heartbroken about, anything that might still be painful for us, it's important to take some sort of action to move past this. So whether that means maybe having a conversation with someone, maybe doing some radical self-care, such as, you know, I'm thinking about going into nature and, you know, taking a long hike or doing something like that that's really active with the intention of kind of purging out this pain. So, really we're meant to take some action to clear out this pain. And I want to get a clarifier for that because it's just, I want to make sure we know how exactly to do this or have some good guidance. Okay, so we get this Eight of Pentacles. So this is about hard work. This is about diligence. This is about kind of putting in the necessary effort to reap the rewards later, but it's really about the process of working through something. So I would say we really need to take some action in the physical to work through whatever heartbreak or whatever pain we might be carrying. And although I do still think, you know, a hike in the woods isn't a bad idea for any of us, if that's something that resonates with you, this is looking like it's going to be a little bit more of a long-term effort and a little bit more something that takes some consistency and some a little bit of perseverance and some effort on our part to really just keep working through this. But we're definitely being called to, you know, focus on the light, focus on the positive things, you know, in our lives, and pay attention to those and really spend time in meditation and reflection of those things to kind of ground ourselves in what is positive for us, so that we can work through this pain that we might still be holding on to. And then for what to release, we get the Ace of Pentacles. So what I'm getting for this is there was potentially some endeavor or some project or some new beginning or some expectation of something coming in. Something that you thought was going to bring a lot of rewards, especially if it's monetarily or financially, or even just something that was going to bring you some sort of sense of abundance. We might need to release some expectations around that. So this could be so many different things, and it's going to be individual to you. So trust your internal guidance system for what this is referring to. Whatever kind of thought or idea or intuition you have about what this could mean is most likely what it is for you. But what I'm getting is just releasing the expectation of having kind of something. I'm also hearing for some of us it could be having some reward come in this week. So maybe it's going to take a little longer for whatever we're working on to kind of bear fruit, you could say, and to, you know, if we're looking for some financial gratification, we might need to kind of release that expectation in order to let it come in, and it might take more than just a week for that to come in, okay? And then for what to call in, we have strength. So, you know, this is pretty self-explanatory. We might be going through some hard times, especially with processing this pain or this heartbreak, and we really need to call in our strength. So, call in, you know, this lion energy, this courage. And what I like about this card specifically is, you know, the lion does symbolize strength and courage, but also this woman who is not afraid of the fierce lion is showing a lot of that courage as well. She's actually able to kind of tame the beast, you could say. And so any kind of fears or perceptions we have that are maybe kind of taking over our psyche, or you know, causing us to just taking our energy away and maybe causing us to not act in ways that we would like to. You know, we get to tame those energies and realize that we have the strength to kind of put them in their place, so to speak. Give them the attention they need. You know, it's always a good idea to kind of ask what your pain body needs, or whatever whatever's coming up for you, if you ask it what it needs or what it's really trying to tell you, you can kind of interact with your own internal feelings and fears and work through them and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You really kind of dissolve their power over you by actually saying, okay, what is it that you need? What is it that you're trying to tell me? And giving that conscious attention to them. Because usually when we have fears or any sort of strong negative feelings, it's because it's asking for our attention, because there's something we need to know. There's something that fear is either trying to protect us from, or just something that needs healing and to be worked through. And so that's really the message that wants to come through with that, is to call in our strength, and specifically as far as dealing with any heaviness over the week ahead, and realizing that we can kind of tame our own internal beast. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then as the message from Source, we have the Two of Wands and Temperance. So this is about seeing how we can get into the flow, and Temperance is definitely about balance, but it's also about, going with the flow and being, how this character has one foot on land and one foot in water. It's kind of about being able to go to those emotional places, but always staying grounded. So the water represents the emotions, and the land represents, being grounded in the physical. And the Two of Wands is kind of about, seeing new potential, having a new vision, how he's holding this kind of globe and he's looking out over this expanse of land. He's really contemplative about, his next steps and how to get kind of from where he is to maybe where he sees himself in the future. So what I'm getting for this is Source wants us to know that we really need to practice staying grounded, but also exploring our emotional depths if we want to realize our vision for the future. And I think this does relate back to, this pain that we're working through, as well as focusing on the light. So it's all just this kind of very delicate balance that we're in. And I'm wanting to say, learning to pay attention to what we need, and making sure that we're not living by expectations alone, but that we're really paying attention to what's coming up for us, to where we want to go, and doing, taking the necessary steps to get there. And that all requires this kind of balance and this ability to be malleable and to be flexible. So let's see what other messages we can get. And of course, it goes without saying that these are general readings. So if you want more insight about what these things could mean for you, or if you have things coming up that you think this might be resonating with, but you're not sure, that's definitely a great thing to ask in a private reading. So do follow the link below and book. And if you can book before the 17th, then you'll get that eclipse interpretation bonus. So I just want to really encourage you to kind of act on that impulse. I've set my readings at a price that I believe is very affordable, and I want them to be accessible to you, and I want to be of service to you and to help you. And that's also why I'm doing the live readings, where you can come and ask questions live, and I tap into the energy of who's present there. And so I'm really just here to be of service, and I just want to make that abundantly clear and transparent. Okay, so let's get some oracle guidance. This is the Archangel's Oracle deck, and as always, I link all my decks down below, or at least put the names in case you want to look at them. So we have Indigo and Crystal Children. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Okay, so what I always, and this is Archangel Metatron, what I always get with this card actually, you know, some of us really could be working with children, some of us could be parents like myself who are really able to kind of understand children empathically and really to be there and to, you know, to kind of help them process their experience by being present with them. But I also get with this card that this can be a need for inner child work. So whatever this wound or pain or heartbreak is, it could be something deep. It could be an inner child wound. And so if that resonates with you, just remember you do have the ability to kind of interact with your inner child, just like you have the ability to interact with your inner darkness and find strength to really move through any blocks or any challenges that you have. And then we're going to get an Oracle of the Unicorns card, and then I will close out the reading. And if you feel called to, let us know in the comments what you might be working through this week, or how this is resonating for you. And you know, if this, you know, if this place as a community can help support each other, that's really a beautiful way to seek support. Okay, action. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. So this is really coming back to these cards, I think, to the Temperance and the Two of Wands for the message from Source. So what I'm getting on a really general level, and this actually does kind of harken back to what I was getting in the live reading earlier today, it's that we're doing this kind of balancing act between self-healing and reflection and, you know, giving ourselves time and space and actively working through things and actively making changes. So it's the feminine energy of being reflective and, you know, using our intuition to guide us and really kind of going with the flow, and the masculine energy of working hard, taking action, following through, being persistent, and all of that. So I am going to, I think, also record a twin flame reading for anybody that resonates with that archetype tonight, and I will have that posted along with this video if you want to check that out. Because that's really what I'm getting the sense of, is even if that's not your journey, it's more, to me, that journey is all about inner integration and finding union within, and that means kind of knowing how to use our masculine side and knowing how to use our feminine side and finding the right balance between those so that they can kind of work together and so that we can kind of get the best results that we can, okay? So I am just gonna bring the camera back up so I can close out the reading. So again, this is the general message for the week ahead. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I hope to see you next week. And please join me on the live readings on Instagram and Facebook. I would love to see you there, to meet you, to interact, and to see how I can support you. So I hope you all have a great week ahead. Please do take lots of time for self-care, and remember to focus on the gratitude and the positive in your life. Okay, thank you so much. Namaste.